guys, Abby here. Welcome to another episode of If I Were You, where I try to answer your questions and try my best to give you some advice based on my personal experiences and point of view. I'm so glad that you guys liked the first one, and as promised, I will be answering more of your questions in this episode. So di ko napapatagalin pa, here are your questions. The first question: is it okay or normal to have feelings for someone else while you are in a relationship? This happens, lalo na kung nafo-fall out ka na sa karelasyon mo. But to answer your question, no, it is not okay and it is definitely not normal. But like I said, it happens and there are many factors as to why things like that happen. And I think the game changer here is whether or not you'll do something about the feelings that you have for the other person. Kasi 'di ba depende din naman sa iyo 'yun kung iiwasan mo or kung papatulan mo. But one thing is for sure. If you start to have feelings for someone else other than your partner, then that means that something in your current relationship is starting to fade. And whether it's the love, the affection, the commitment, it is only fair to communicate with your partner about it. Kung sa tingin mo, the reason why nafo-fall out ka is because may nakikita kang mali sa partner mo or meron siyang mga pagkukulang sa'yo, then sabihin mo sa kanya. Maging fair ka sa kanya. And if you're serious about the relationship, you will do everything para maayos yun. Pero kung hindi na, then let go bago ka pa makasakit. And if I were you, I would probably also be afraid and confused kasi maiisip ko bakit biglang iba na yung nagpapasaya sa akin. You know, I would probably think na may mali sa akin. Bakit bigla akong nafo-fall sa iba? You know, I would probably have a lot of sleepless nights too. It can get overwhelming. But one thing I know is that I cannot make this decision on my own because I know that I am weak. Kaya nga ako na-fall sa iba eh. So the best thing to do is to turn to God para gabayan niya yung mga thoughts mo, yung feelings mo, and of course, your decisions. Next question. How to deal with people who are insecure about you? Nako, feeling ko maraming makaka-relate dito sa tanong na to. People who have a lot of insecurities are in a battle against themselves. Most of the time, it really isn't about you. Minsan nga lang, sa sobrang pagka-insecure nila, may mga nagagawa silang nakakasakit sa iba. Doon tayo nadadamay, di ba? You know, I really believe in the saying na hurt people hurt people. Sometimes, they say and do things para i-down ka so that they won't feel left behind, para they won't feel so small next to you. And it's really difficult to deal with people like that. 'Di ba? Kasi minsan wala ka namang ginagawa pero nadadamay ka. And I think in order to properly deal with people who are insecure is to first understand where they are coming from. Lahat tayo, may kanya-kanya tayong mga insecurities, 'di ba? Iba-iba lang din tayo ng way ng pag-handle nun. And when you're insecure about something, it's never a good feeling, 'di ba? Para kang nanliliit and you feel like you're never good enough. Trust me, I've been on both sides of the fence. You know, napagdaanan ko na yung ako yung insecure at napagdaanan ko na din yung merong insecure sa akin. Neither one is easy and it's sad because both you and the person who is insecure about you are both victims. No one wins in a battle like that unless you won't let it affect you. Unless you are able to stay above the situation and be able to understand that itong taong to may problema to sa sarili niya and not really sa akin. But if I were you, and if there was someone who was insecure about me, I would probably also think na ano bang ginawa ko sa'yo, di ba? Bakit ako? Baka mainis din ako. And I would probably also be affected by kung ano man yung ginagawa ng taong yun sa akin or kung ano yung mga sinasabi ng taong yun sa akin. I mean, we're only human. Pero sa kabila ng lahat ng yun, still try your best to approach that situation peacefully. The fact that someone is insecure about you means that this person thinks that you are better. So panindigan mo yun. Be the better person. Mahirap man gawin, pero pray for that person. Pagdasal mo siya na sana ma-resolve niya na ang kanyang mga internal issues para hindi ka na nadadamay. 'Di ba? Instead of wasting your peace, fighting back. Next question. Best way to tell someone you love them? I think it is first important to identify kung ano yung love language ng taong yun. Sometimes, para sa atin, when we tell someone we love them, okay na yun, enough na yun. But others, iba yung love language nila. Minsan yung iba, gusto nila na bigyan mo sila ng gifts, gusto nila you spend quality time with them, and those are when they feel the most loved. So there are 5 love languages. And let's talk about this for a while. First, there's love through words of affirmation. This person loves to hear you say that you love them. Gusto nilang marinig mong sabihin sa kanila na maganda ka, gwapo ka, or that you appreciate them. And I guess this is for people who are more vocal about their feelings. Then there is love through acts of service. This is when you go out of your way to do something important for that person. Like, for example, treat that person out on a date or ihatid sundo mo siya sa work. Things like that. The next is love through physical touch. This person feels the most love pag niyayakap mo siya, kinikis mo, or pag nag-holding hands kayo, pag inaakbayan mo siya, yan mga ganon. Then there is receiving gifts. Some people feel the most loved when they receive something. Kasi parang nandun yung feeling na, oh, this person was thinking about me nung ginawa niya to or nung binili niya to. And another love language is through spending quality time. This is the love language of a person who loves to create memories together. Do things with this person. No matter how big or how small, sure ka na maa-appreciate niya yon. So, ayun. Kasi minsan, yung love language natin, magkaiba dun sa love language ng taong mahal natin. Kaya minsan, nami-misinterpret yung mga galaw natin. Just because we love differently doesn't mean that the love isn't there. Sadyang magkakaiba lang talaga tayo ng love languages. So, it is best to also identify kung ano yung mga love language ng partner mo so that you'll be able to also find the balance in your relationship and you'll be able to understand each other better. It will save you from all of the hassle na hindi pala nararamdaman ng partner mo na mahal mo siya kasi iba pala yung love language niya. And if I were you, I would also probably be nervous. 'Di ba? Mahirap kayang umamin sa isang tao na mahal mo siya. But once you figure out kung ano yung love language ng taong yun, it will be easier for you to plan out kung paano mo sasabihin sa kanya na love mo siya. And if your intentions are pure, lalabas din yun sa lahat ng gagawin mo. So don't worry. And for our last question, which I think marami ding makaka-relate dito, how do you break free from the chains of wanting to be accepted by society? I think this is an issue that is rarely talked about nowadays, no? Especially because everyone just wants to belong. It becomes a burden when there are things that you're forced to do. Kasi kung hindi mo gagawin, corny ka or KJ ka. Di kaya ang tingin sa'yo is rebelde na. Society is supposed to help us go through life with a sense of belonging. But sometimes some norms are abused. And that's when it becomes toxic. My mom told me this one time. Sabi niya, if you want to break free from something, it usually helps to think about the bad effects that it has on you. And in this particular case, think about the bad effects that society has on you. And gosh, I can think of a million things. Hindi ko na iisa-isahin pa. But one thing I know is that being accepted by society won't always allow you to be your authentic self, the real you. And I think this is where self-discovery and self-love play important roles. Sometimes we get so busy getting to know other people that we forget to get to know ourselves. It is important to get to know who you really are. What are the things that you like? What are the things that make you happy? What makes you sad? What makes you angry? Or How well do you cope with things? Things like that. Even the tiniest details about you, like how long does it take for your nails to grow? I mean, it sounds crazy, but that's just really part of getting to know yourself. Hindi ba, pag mahal mo ang isang tao, gusto mo malaman lahat ng tungkol sa kanya. Ultimo yung oras ng pag-CR niya, gusto mong malaman, di ba? So apply that to yourself. Get to know every single detail about you. And also, that's why self-discovery and self-love go hand in hand. It's difficult to love someone you don't know, right? So how can you love yourself kung hindi mo kilala ang sarili mo? Because trust me, if di mo kilala ang sarili mo, then you will let others tell you who you are. Magpapadikta ka na lang, and that's when you conform to society. And if you don't love yourself, hahayaan mo na lang mangyari yun. But imagine if you love yourself. You know the things that you want, and you won't settle for anything else. But if I were you, I would probably also feel the pressure. Actually, I felt the pressure many times. 'Di ba? Because who doesn't want to belong? 'Di ba? Parang, can I just be myself pero accept niyo pa din ako? Society can be harsh. No, society is harsh. But it will only affect you if you allow it to. Discover yourself and love yourself. And please be patient with yourself. For some, it takes a long while bago nila makilala yung sarili nila. It's a long process, but it will definitely help you know what you really want. And if what you want is to break free from wanting to be accepted by society, then loving yourself enough will help you do that. And that's it for today's episode. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this as much as I did reading and answering your questions. Again, if you have any questions or kung gusto niyong humingi ng advice, just comment them down below or send us a message on Instagram or on Facebook. And who knows, your questions might be part of our next video. Again, thank you guys for watching and God bless you all.
Do you want to know?